quer ver? Se você decidir... Meu Deus. Cara, não sabe nem falar português. Se você decidiu que quer ver essa live... Você não tem que fazer, cara.
Behold, the prince.
Essa é a melhor live do Brasil. Sem dúvidas nenhuma. Essa é a melhor live que existe no Brasil inteiro. Nossa, eu tô fazendo fácil. Acredito. Que resistência. Mas então, vamos fazer a missão do deserto de Sumeru, né? Eu já explorei um pouco, né? Por causa disso aqui, escaravelho. Preciso para meu sino. Tô necessitando para o bichinho. Tá, mas isso aqui a gente tem que vir aqui, ó. A gente tem que conversar com a Caterina. Mano, eu descobri algo incrível. Se você começa um diálogo e você simplesmente fecha o jogo, inicia ele, você volta antes de ter começado o diálogo. Aí você pode simplesmente ir embora e falar, nunca mais volta com eles. Mas assim, você pode tentar. Aí, ó.
Astra Avisos. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Wait, say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Ao finalizar o poema.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Essa não é a Caterina nem que a vacatuça. Deu algum problema em Chesnaia, mano. Sei lá, mano. Algum Highbringer. O irmão do Tartaglia, o time. Não é o time o nome dele. Tá, mas o irmão do Tartaglia tomou o controle da Caterina.
Hyman's gotta ask, just who exactly has been submitting these commissions?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Era narrida.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often. Ah, so it's Nahida. Hyman just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get it? From she said, Ad Astra. So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways. And I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Subzerus festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Fairs, the night of flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children.
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday.
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that?
Wait, no! We aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homiyanis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her.
Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning.
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival?
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. Harry to me adventure.
Oh! Good point. Sorry, adventurers! We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a...
Let's continue our chat here.
Agora ninguém vai ver. Caraca, vai sair. Quem é que foi que pensou que ia fazer isso? Não, tá longeão. Ninguém vai ver ele.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida?
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
Quando você pode entrar no terminal lá, caixa aí, manipular a pessoa. Possui uma pessoa-chave na academia, se possuímos um instante para nos infiltrarmos entre a gente sabe, e seremos alguém próximo do sábio para fazer a interrogação. Possui uma pessoa-chave na
I've
academia.
already tried that, but all the key members of the academia, even the core of 30 cards, intentionally, it seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're weary.
Have you already caught the sage's attention?
I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly. We're in the dark as of now. Since we
Sabemos
still
atos
don't know
suficientemente
anything
qualquer
about
ação
their goals,
precipitada
any
poderia
rash move
alertá-los,
could tip
levar
them
consequências
off. And we think,
terríveis.
after all,
Afinal, todas as pessoas na cidade de Sumeru são de seus reféns. Tá, isso
No
daí.
way, that's
Não,
too
isso é muito
puny.
arriscado. Ah,
It'd be
então
too
não
easy
tem
to
nenhuma
get
ideia.
caught.
Então tem o que fazer. Desiste. Quer dizer que o risco de nós descobrirem é muito grande?
No, it's not that.
Não é isso. Não deveríamos envolver
We
estudantes
shouldn't
inocentes
involve
nisso. O único erro
innocent students in this.
nosso poderia arruinar suas
Doing
vidas.
that would be ignoring the
Se
safety of
fizéssemos
my
isso,
people
estaríamos
for my
ignorando
own
a segurança
selfish
do meu
goals.
povo por causa de meus
How is
objetivos
that any
egoístas.
different from what the sages
Como isso é
are
diferente do
doing?
que os sábios estão fazendo?
That's a good point. Spoken like
Faz
the god
sentido.
of Sumeru.
Você falou com uma divindade de Sumeru. Não consigo pensar em mais nada. Será que estamos mesmo sem outras ideias? Nahida, você é super esperta. Por isso já deve ter algo em mente, né? Vamos lá, não fique fazendo suspense com a gente. Desembucha.
According to a popular theory
De acordo com uma
from the
teoria popular
Bahumana
dos
Darshan of
fã romana
academia,
da academia,
rejecting
rejeitar
practical
emoções
motions at the beginning of a
irrelevantes no começo da
planning
reunião
session
de
will give
planejamento
more
dará
weight
mais
to the
peso à
actual
proposta real. Certo, mas você não é Deus de sabedoria. Só precisa usar um truque como esse para que a gente leve suas ideias a sério.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Al-Haytham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Satari?
Sataria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu.
They've always liked observing all kinds of people. Was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the academia, and also gave...
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city.
The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement soon after. The star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light a part of the... But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just...
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem... She's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore. Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem her. From my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Evolucionar essa daqui que ela faz. Duvido. O bate. E só que ela.
This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria?
No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to
talking style and key character. My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over you? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
Of course, of course. In that case... It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Eu bati no pet do Morat. Eu bati na deusa. Não me lembro de nada. Eu também xinguei 384 vezes o alcance de montagem. Eu acho que não, nada.
I'll be mocking the god of Animo, questioning the Lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those
Olha,
count?
que são as medidas financeiras da confusão? Eu não lembro sobre isso.
Go on, pick an aspect for her to define.
Health prospects. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for many. Hurried. Murray, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune-telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Hart and Mert on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls? Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers, would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild?
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice! You're making a living doing something you love!
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
Useless.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia, so she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh?
Sorry, if I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in... After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it to the... But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get to the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hard work.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll...
Huh.
So, was that everybody?
3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. So, how do we...
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple trick. If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we...
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha, imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King, and then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything...
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
Best of luck?
Ah, está contando com a gente? Nós não sabemos como possuir alguém.
That's no problem at all.
Ah, esse não é o problema, só vou compartilhar com vocês os sentidos deles quando eu possuir. Se você estiver usando o terminal Akasha, será igual a como se estivesse possuindo eles. Ah, que conveniente, mas por que ele tem que fazer isso? Você não pode fazer? Apesar de eu ser...
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave this people alone. Seeing how things are now...
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're all making this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a while.
Alright, so let's give it a go tomorrow. she'll know what to say. Paimon's starting to feel kinda... Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding...
Só com ela, só fala com ela. Mano, eu quero ter a mesma mecânica do...
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right?
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment. Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something... I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They're just little darlings, aren't they?
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The god... The gods are asking. Sitaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know?
Sitaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly...
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for... And, if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right...
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and might...
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand. Wait a second. The Scarlet King passed away. Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King still exist in real life?
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer. Do you wish to...
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Whoa! She just ran off in a hurry. Well done. Sitaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Nahida, it seems like you understand. All I know are some abstract Harabata theories. And in any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Zeta King's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away!
Compartilhe sentidos com o Darry ao possuir algum quatro, transposição da área.
that's good to hear. I've been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd... Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormo?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those Scarlet King believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh, so who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King.
Akeem, you don't mean you've also become a believer of the Scarlet King?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange